Magic Japan's latest patented technology. Okay, now for your information, this is not something new. The R&D begins back in 2009. Okay, by five uh, Panasonic engineers. They are all ex Panasonic engineers. So they came together and they are the brains behind this technology. Okay, so they patented this, and this is what caught Energic's attention. And last May, Energic actually took up this project, and now they are in the midst of launching this globally, starting from Malaysia. Then they went over to Singapore back in November, then followed by Hong Kong and Philippines back in January, and also in Dubai back in January. And currently they're in the midst of getting into more countries like Indonesia and then stuff like that. And Europe is actually coming soon. Okay, it's going soon to Europe as well. All right, now let's begin. I think this picture relates to me very much, and 30 years ago when I was still schooling, this is what I've been playing with, eraser, bottle caps, you name it, magic sticks, okay? But nowadays, our younger generations, they have been exposed to all these gadgets, and they are glued even to this iPads, phones, VR systems. And now I know all this technology portrays, it gives a lot of convenience. Okay, it gives a lot of convenience. But at the same time, this kind of gadget is actually releasing some byproducts. Okay, it's like the car. The car is a very convenient vehicle, for you to move around. At the same time, it's going to release some byproducts, which is the monoxide gases from the exhaust pipe. Okay, so same goes to all these gadgets. It's going to release certain byproducts, and the byproducts is known as the electromagnetic energies. Okay, now we call this energy as one of the pollution today. Now we know that Earth has got a lot of pollution. Okay, we got water pollution, got air pollution, noise pollution. But today our focus here is actually the EMF radiation pollution, because this pollution, it's pretty tricky, I would say. Okay, now electromagnetic pollution is unique because it doesn't directly impact our senses. Unlike other types of pollution, like water pollution, you can actually see it, through your eyes, you can taste it. But this EMF pollution, it's, as you can see, you can't see it, you can't feel it, you can't smell it, you can't hear it, and making it hard to detect without using special equipment. So a lot of us, we thought that, oh, it could be due to something else. But today, I'm trying to open up your eyes and allow you to understand that this could be the issue that some of you or your customers are facing day in, day out. Okay? And today we are here to share with you how we actually got to verify this and how we can actually suppress the negative effects of all this pollution as well. And in this matter, we're talking about EMF radiation pollution. Okay, now let's hear what WHO has got to say about this. Okay, now we discovered that this press release was back in 2011, approximately 13 years ago. Okay, and they actually released this particular press release saying that classifying radio frequency electromagnetic fields as possibly carcinogenic to human under group 2B. Okay, so over here, they are actually talking about the increased risk of glioma, and glioma is actually a malignant type brain cancer. And the keyword is associated with wireless phone use, which is the gadgets that we're holding today. Okay, now I believe that every day we are spending more than at least an hour or two, on these gadgets, for work, for leisure, entertainment. Some people, you watch Netflix, after series, 2, 3, 5 hours on these gadgets. Okay, so now, so getting into all this strength, we were talking about electromagnetic energies. So today I'm going to make it simple, because people are talking about a lot of scientific terminologies, like what is this electric field, magnetic field, signal strength in volts per meter. So today I'm trying to simplify this so that everyone can actually duplicate this information and you can share it with your loved ones. Okay, so basically, if I were to dissect electromagnetic radiation or energy into a few categories, these are the three top energies that it produces. First of all, it produces electromagnetic field strength. Okay, now this type of energy occur when you turn on your power. Let's say you're trying to power up your TV, you're trying to power up your washing machines. As long as there's electric current coming into this appliance, it produces a certain level of electromagnetic field strength. Okay, now the second one is called signal strength, and signal strength is basically talking about, gadgets which transmits data, gadgets where you need antenna to operate like this phone. There's an antenna to receive your Wi-Fi or your GSM signal. So this gadget is going to release certain level of signal strength or signal energy. Okay. Now, the third one, this is our main focus today because emGuarde is actually addressing number 3. Okay. emGuarde is not built to address 1 and 2 because we are not supposed to disturb any signal. It's illegal to build some machines to disturb any signal. And you can't address the first one, which is electromagnetic field strength, because in order for you to terminate this energy, you have to turn off the power. You have to cut off your DB box. There's no electricity coming in. And we can't do anything without electricity, okay? So 1 and 2 is actually creating a byproduct of number 3. Okay, am I making myself clear? So 1 and 2, they produce the third energy, which is called electromagnetic noise radiation. Now, when the power goes through a power line, it produces certain level of electromagnetic noise, whether you like it or not, okay? And when a signal is trying to transmit from A to B, it is going to leak out certain energy, and we call it electromagnetic noise or unwanted noise radiation from the signal strength, okay? So emGuarde is actually built to address number 3, electromagnetic noise radiation. So today, I'm trying to show you that these are all the sources, of the electromagnetic noise radiation sources. This thing produces a certain level of electromagnetic noise radiation when it's in operation, okay? It's a phone, Wi-Fi router, air condition, TV, you name it, okay? Now, I'm going to categorize this into a very simple picture explanation. Now, the 3 gadgets here on the screen, we are talking about irregular electrical appliances, your air condition, your microwaves, and your induction cooker, okay? So when you activate these appliances, it's going to produce the first energy, which is electromagnetic field. You can't avoid it because you need electricity to power up, okay? At the same time, this 3 gadgets is going to produce electromagnetic noise energy or intensity as well, okay? So these gadgets, they produces 2 energy, and we're addressing the red color one, which is in that electromagnetic noise radiation. Now, the next picture here, now these are the gadgets which has got an additional energy to be added on, okay? So the first energy when you activate all these appliances or devices is that it produces electromagnetic field as usual, okay? Because you need electricity to operate. At the same time, when it transmits the data from the antenna, it's going to create another energy field. We call it the signal energy field, okay? And whether you like it or not, it's going to produce the third one, which is a byproduct of the electromagnetic field and also the byproduct of the signal strength, okay? So in this case, emGuarde is actually suppressing targeted electromagnetic noise radiation from all appliances, okay? From all appliances, you can name it. Now, so a picture paints 1,000 words, okay? And the video paints 10,000 words. So today, for this demo, I just shoot a short video. I shot a short video yesterday, and we did some last minute edits just to give you guys value, on what you're about to see next. So over here, we're doing a sound frequency energy demo. And let me just give you a quick summary about this demo, okay? Now, basically, in this demo, we are testing the human hearing range, which is somewhere between 20 hertz to about 20,000 hertz. Now, this is the audible level, okay? Our human eardrum, we are built to listen to sound or noise frequency, anything between 20 hertz to about 20,000 hertz of vibrations of frequency, okay? So anything below or anything beyond 20,000, it can never be picked up by our ears. But maybe some animals, they can still listen to anything higher than 20,000. But for human, it's between this range, okay? So in this demo, I'm going to show you, although certain energy is going through your living space, you can't hear it, okay? You can't hear it, but the energy is actually in the space and it can be picked up by certain special gadget, okay? So let's watch this demo before I explain further. In this demo, we're going to show you how does the sound energy travels away from the phone by using an app from the Apple by the name of Sonic. So we install this app, and this app you can actually change the frequency from 0 hertz all the way up to about 25,000 hertz. Now, basic science educates us that our human ear can listen to. I would like to just check how is the noise, how is the sound level? Is it okay? If it's okay, then perhaps you can key in maybe a digit 1 so that I know that the video sound is okay. All right, thank you, Victor. All good. Okay, let's restart the video. Let's restart the video. I just want to check whether can you hear it or not. Let's restart the video. In this demo, we're going to show you how does the sound energy travels away from the phone by using an app from the Apple by the name of Sonic. So we install this app, and this app you can actually change the frequency from 0 Hz all the way up to about 25,000 Hz. Now, basic science educates us that our human ear can listen to sound energy somewhere from 20 Hz all the way to about 20,000 Hz. That's the max. Anything above 20,000 Hz, you can hardly hear anything, okay? So in this case, I'm going to show you an example by playing a sound wave of 9,000 Hz. Can you hear this sharp noise coming out from the phone? Okay, so now let's measure how intense this is. Now what I have here, it's a gadget where it's built to register or to detect high frequency electromagnetic noise radiation in microwatts, okay? I'm going to pull the phone away from me for about 20 centimeters. And before I activate the app, as you can see, there is no intensity from the radiation detector. Now, once I play the app, you're looking at an intensity of about 2,300 to about 2,400 microwatts. Okay, pause again. Let me do again a contrast. Play again. So this is how the noise energy travels from the phone. Okay, now next, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to switch the frequency all the way to 25,000 Hz, and this is actually within the non-audible level. And as soon as I press the play button, I think you can hardly hear anything, right? Because I'm not hearing anything, okay? It's playing now, but I'm not hearing anything, okay? So I'm going to bring back the same gadget now, okay? Just pause the app, and I'm going to bring back the same gadget to show you how intense this is, although it is non-audible, which is you can't hear it, but this is how the energy travels away from the phone, okay? Now let's activate the detector and play the app. So this is how intense it is at 25,000 Hz. It's registering about 1,000 microwatts in average, okay, about 1,002 now. Okay, let me show you the distance, the actual distance. I'm just move like this, and this detector is actually away from the phone for about 20 centimeter. Okay, now pause the app. I just want to show you the contrast. This is the distance. As soon as I pause it, the energy won't travel through the phone, and as soon as I play again, this is how it travels, and now it is actually registering an intensity of about 2,000 microwatts. Okay, so I hope you guys are enjoying the video, and the conclusion is noise energy radiates through space for both audible, which is, and also non-audible frequency settings. Now in this demo, the message I'm trying to bring across to all of you here today is that now, although your ear cannot listen to any sound energy or noise above 25,000 Hz, but in this demo, it is showing you that the intensity of the energy is still in that space. Okay, it's just that we can't feel it, we can't hear it, so that you feel that there's nothing wrong with it. But with a special gadget, you can actually check that the intensity is there. Okay, it's in the same environment, it's in the same living space. So this explains why some people, when you go to certain places, like for example, an office, where there is a lot of computers around, and suddenly you start to begin to feel this unease, you have this unexplainable headache, you have this tension in your head and all that, and you thought that, it could be a hot day, and you just pop some candles and just assume that it's due to a common headache, or people call it, migraines and stuff like that. But today I'm trying to share with you that this could be due to this invisible energy that you're living with every day, okay? So now the next slide, I'm here to talk to you the negative effects of the electromagnetic disturbances, which is energies which you can't see, you can't feel, it's around you, and it's actually disturbing you. Okay, so let me draw out one of the this is my personal research, okay, by the way. So this is one of the surveys that I looked into, and I actually studied it. I like the information so much because in this survey, Professor Hotman is actually researching and surveying at least more than 800 people. Okay, so cumulatively, he's got about 800 respondents participating in this survey. And this survey is all about, it's talking about EMF and how they feel about EMF and what sort of radiation sickness do they experience as a respondent. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Now, this is a bit shocking to me. Now, indicates the health problems you experience and believe are related to EMF exposure. So by the way, EMF is electromagnetic field. Okay, so EMF is actually a big word, and all this big word encompasses, all the different fields like, the signal radiation, the noise radiation, everything is actually in this big word. Okay, this is like a big family. Okay, so now out of 871 respondents, 71% of them reported that they suspect they have sleep problems due to EMF exposure. And over here, we are talking about, 871 people, 71% is more than 600 people experiencing this. Okay. Now, next, fatigue, 64%. Concentration, memory, or learning problems. Now, anyone of you here, you have experienced this, your kids, when they play around with gadgets like this, day in, day out, and they're having problems learning, concentrating during classes and stuff like that, okay? Wondering why? So out of 871 respondents, 61% of them report that, they feel that they have concentration or learning problems. And stress and anxiety, 60%. This is pretty common these days, especially for people who are living in big cities, stressful lives, so stress and anxiety and headache as well, 52%. Now, the rest, it's smaller percentages. So I'm not going to mention, the rest. So let's focus on the top 5. And I wanted to listen to these real users of the emGuarde. They've been using the emGuarde for a few months. Okay. I want you to listen to what they have to say in terms of their experience after they turn on the emGuarde or using the emGuarde for a few months. Now, a quick disclaimer, emGuarde is not a medical product. Okay, so we're just doing this disclaimer to tell you that, emGuarde is just designed and marketed for general use, specifically aimed at creating a balanced and harmonizes environment by suppressing electromagnetic noise radiation. So we are not medical device, don't get me wrong. Okay, so please do not make any medical claims, when you run your marketing activities. Okay. So the first person I'm going to introduce to you is Mr. Albert from Singapore. I love to listen to this guy because, this guy, he actually bought the unit and he is actually using it together with his mom. He loved his mom so much. Now let's listen to what Albert got to say about his experience with emGuarde.
Hi, I'm Albert here. I'm from Singapore. I recently bought an emGuarde in October. The first person who experienced the result was my mom. She felt a lot of energy and can sleep better throughout the night. Whenever I travel to KL, I also bring the emGuarde along. Throughout the whole journey was a pleasant one and I don't feel tired at all. My helper, who is taking care of my mom, also has similar effect. She can sleep throughout the night and wake up very refreshed in the day. Truly, this emGuarde is amazing. Thank you, Catherine, for introducing emGuarde to me. Thank you.
So when you listen to genuine, feedbacks from users like this is the reason why we're doing this, every evening to share with you, what these people has gotten. Now, next, the next lady here, it's I think she's from one of the states in Malaysia. Okay, Alosta, but she's going to speak in Mandarin, but don't worry because we have already added some English subtitle to this testimonial. So let's hear this lady out. And let me just give you a conclusion. She's going to relate emGuarde to some of her mood changes. Okay, and she felt that, between the communication between her and the children, they can actually communicate better, after using this product. Now let's listen to this lady.
我是来自阿罗萨 Jazz， 今天要与大家分享一下我用了 emGuarde 之前和之后的 testimonial， 我的分享。在还没有用 emGuarde 之前呢，我的睡眠不是很好，就每一天早上很早就醒过来，然后就睡不下去了，还有那个心情也非常暴躁啦。然后自从Yvonne和 Yap 跟我分享了这个 emGuarde 之后呢，我决定买下来，是因为他们在我家测试，我家的那个辐射是非常高，所以呢，在第一晚我用这个 emGuarde 呢，我就觉得我的睡眠是特别好的，睡到都不想起来了，也觉得自己的心情啊，那个没有那么暴躁啦， 孩子也发现我跟他们的沟通也越来越好，所以呢，这个 emGuarde 对我来说是非常棒啦。我的分享就在这里，谢谢。
So did you guys realize that there is actually a similarity between these two testimonials? And of course, for Egbert's case, he's not just talking about himself, but also his mother and also the helper who took care of his mom. Okay. So I think the first experience that all these people gotten is actually the first issue, which is sleep problems. They felt that they can sleep better after turning on the product, and somehow they just don't want to wake up. Okay. They just got this, deep sleep, So 71%. Okay, so emGuarde is able to help the users from those people who are having sleep problems and all that. Okay, and of course in the testimonials you're listening more, so they're talking about mood change, they can communicate better, and of course you got better energy. Better energy means lesser fatigue, which is problem number 2. Okay, 64% as well. All right, so these are all the real testimonials from a real user of the emGuarde who's been using it for months, because Malaysia launched back in May last year. So we're talking about what, 10 months ago? Okay. And in Singapore, it launches back in October last year. So we're talking about close to 6 months now. This reason why we're having stories from Malaysia and Singapore on how they're experiencing the emGuarde, as a product. Okay, good. Now, I think we have listened enough about how it works. And the next video I'm going to play here is actually I would say an official corporate video from the emGuarde. Okay. And this video is what you can use to show to your new prospect. It's actually resources and also marketing material for you to show to a new prospect, and in this video, it's very short, and the message across is straightforward. And let's listen and watch this video together.
Your home is your sanctuary, a place of comfort, wellness, and security for your family. Today, we're using more digital and electronic devices. While they bring convenience and enjoyment, these devices also emit electromagnetic energies constantly during use. Invisible to our eyes, these electromagnetic energies affect the environment around us. As a result, we're exposed to these types of energies day in, day out. Introducing emGuarde, a patented technology by enagic. When turned on, emGuarde harmonizes targeted electromagnetic noise radiation within 1 gigahertz, creating a defense zone of 8 meters. emGuarde harmonizes the environment around you, making it safe for you and your loved ones. Simply place it wherever it's needed and plug it into a dedicated USB port, whether you're on the go, at work, or in the comfort of your home. emGuarde is designed to integrate seamlessly in any situation. You can now enjoy the benefits of technology without worrying about any potential risks. Protect your family's health and well-being. Contact your enagic distributor today. emGuarde. Change your environment, change your life.
Okay, so this video is available in the official emGuarde website, which is emGuarde.com. You can just watch, you can just go to YouTube. It's available as well. Okay, now let's talk about this amazing product, the emGuarde, which is a specification. Okay, now first of all, it's a patented technology, and this product is built to harmonize targeted high-frequency electromagnetic noise radiation up to 1 gigahertz of range. Okay, and it covers a range of 4-meter radius. So 4-meter radius means, let's say the product emGuarde is in the middle. So 4 meters to your left, 4 meters to your right. Okay, then 4 meters on top, and of course 4 meters to the bottom as well. So it's a circumference. It's like a globe, a sphere. Okay, it's 3D, 360 degrees. And of course, this emGuarde is actually powered by a Type-C power supply, so you can just bring the emGuarde anywhere, and as long as the adapter is correct, you can just power up the emGuarde on the go as well at the same time. You can do it in your car, you can do it anywhere, in the office, and you name it. So emGuarde is not actually affected by any elements, for example, like water source issues and all that. Okay, so emGuarde, it's okay. You can just install it. You can just place it on places where you feel that the electromagnetic noise pollution and the intensity is the highest. You can just place it there to help protect yourself. Okay. So now in this next video, I'm going to show you a very simple demonstration on how are we detecting the intensity from certain appliances. Like this is actually a DB box. Okay. So the picture on your left is showing you the intensity. The radiation detector is beeping. it's actually getting the noise radiation intensity. And of course, on the right is when the emGuarde is on. Okay, let's take a look at this video and you can see a contrast there. Okay, so you guys can actually do the demonstration to your customers by purchasing one of these marketing tool. We call it the RD9300, because this equipment can effectively probe the intensity of high frequency electromagnetic noise. It is the same gadget I used during the sound frequency test. Can you still remember? I was doing the sound frequency test and was using the same gadget to probe the intensity coming from the Sonic, which is the app from the Apple. Okay, so this gadget can effectively probe the intensity, okay, of the high frequency electromagnetic noise radiation from electrical and electronic appliances. At the same time, the RD9300 is able to verify that the noise suppression harmonics frequencies from the emGuarde is in function. Okay, so this is the true function of the marketing tool, and you can use it for a demonstration to show your customers. Now, I'm going to make, for those people who have been using this gadget, I'm going to just make a quick correction or announcement here. Now, when the detector shows 0, it doesn't mean that there is no more radiation in the environment. I want you to remember this, okay? Now, when this detector shows 0, it simply means that emGuarde is actually in function within the coverage area. But the other radiation energy, well, we're talking about the electric field. Remember the black circle electric field? We are talking about the signal strength, which is the second one from. Now, this energy, they still exist in the environment for your information, okay? But this detector is actually specifically built to read or to detect the intensity of high frequency electromagnetic noise radiation. Okay, now next. So in this quick video, I will further show you on how are we doing a second demo using a third-party gadget. Now this gadget is the same gadget where we put it into test in the laboratory as well to verify emGuarde's coverage range. So in this video, you're going to see how emGuarde is able to function as a product 4 meters away, okay, in radius 4 meters away, and it has this ability to still suppress the targeted electromagnetic noise radiation. Okay, now let's take a look at this video. All right, so in this section of the video, I'm going to show you how emGuarde has the ability to alleviate the radiation from this LED light bulb 4 meters away from this antenna. Okay, so now, first of all, I would like you to see the screen. From the software itself, everything is clear before I turn on the LED. Now, as soon as I turn on the LED, as you can see, you can actually see that the noise field from the EM radiation comes back, and it's actually showing in this blue curvy line. Okay, so now I'm going to invite my team to take this emGuarde away from me for about 4 meters, okay, in radius. Okay, now I'm going to invite my team to power on the emGuarde. Just plug the USB-C, leave it on the table. Now, as soon as the emGuarde's on, as you can see, the frequency spectrum from the SDR software has been cleared away. Okay, now as soon as I unpower the emGuarde, please remove the power line from the emGuarde, just unplug. Wait for about 2 to 3 seconds. The radiation from the LED comes back immediately. Now let's do another control test by powering up the emGuarde again. Please put the USB-C power cable into the emGuarde. There you go. And immediately, as you can see, everything is cleared away. And this is to show you that emGuarde works effectively 4 meters away from this antenna. Okay, so this is one of the methods where you can actually show to your customers that emGuarde can actually cover up to 4 meters. And this simple demonstration or experiment using a scientific tool, it can further verify that, 4 meter radius is actually the effective range of the suppression. Okay, all right. Now, the next video here is actually, we actually shot it about 2 months ago while we were in Hong Kong. Me and my team member, Simon, we actually went to Hong Kong for the launching event for the emGuarde in Hong Kong, okay? And when we walked into this hotel room, we have got this unexplainable discomfort. We actually feel that there is this intensity going on, and we actually have this pressure, on the head itself, and we feel that the neck is tight. So we feel comfortable. So what we did was we actually take out this third-party gadget, which is the SDR software, and we were trying to measure around the targeted, harmonics, from the emGuarde as well. And to our shocking, we found out that, the intensity around that area is pretty high. And let's watch the video to see how emGuarde help, in terms of this situation.
You guys to see, just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So the software is connected to a dongle that connects to an antenna, and the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy, absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay. So now what we want to find out is, if we have the emGuarde, what can it do to us and what can it do for us? So it's not connected. Now, I'm going to put next to the SDR software. I'm going to turn it on in 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum. It's gone down. I'm going to unplug the emGuarde.
Talk about this suppression.
All right. Take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom. With the emGuarde turned on.
Okay, so this is a very interesting video to show you that, how emGuarde actually suppresses targeted electromagnetic noise. In this case is the RF white noise, in your living environment. And the effective range is about 4 meters in radius. Okay, so it's 8 meters in diameter in total. Okay. So now, who invented this? This is an amazing technology. It's patented, and these are the brains behind the great emGuarde technology. Okay. Now I want to look into this people's portfolio, and if you notice, right, the 5 of them, they've got something in similar. They were all from Panasonic. Okay, starting from Lau from the left, the inventor. Now 14 years in Panasonic. Mr. Yan, 33 years in Panasonic. Mr. Teo, 33 years. Mr. Poon is also one of the most important guy in this project, and also 33 years. And he's the former Panasonic factory director in charge of new production, production and engineering as well. Okay, so he's actually in the R&D department. And Mr. Chang as well, 25 years in Panasonic. So these 5 gentlemen here, they are responsible, in building this amazing technology. And the R&D work began back in 2009, which is 14 years ago. Okay, so hail to all these 5 people so that we can get more value in terms of health and all that. These people, they actually made it. And a lot of people are getting positive values thanks to these people. So I'm taking this opportunity to acknowledge the hard work of these 5 engineers. They're all from ex-Panasonic. Okay, now, so how does emGuarde works? So this is actually a very simple explanation. And for you, those of you who wants to get into a more technical training, we're not going to do it today because today is basically a very simple introduction demo, okay, to show to you what emGuarde is as a product. But in more technical training, we call it the emGuarde empowerment training. So it's actually scheduled, in the near future. The one we had one just passed. We did one, I think last Saturday evening, okay, which is about 3 days ago, in fact, 3 days ago. Okay, so the upcoming one, stay tuned to the emGuarde Telegram channel. We'll be posting the new training timetable so that you can join the next training when we talk about how it works and all that. So it's a more intense training with more information. So in a nutshell, this is how emGuarde works. Okay, now this picture is showing people playing with their gadgets or using the appliances like hair dryer, laptops, and phones. So it produces certain level of electromagnetic noise disturbances or intensity. Okay, so when you turn on the emGuarde, this is what it actually does. So emGuarde utilizes harmonics frequencies to effectively suppress targeted electromagnetic noise radiation between 3 megahertz to 1000. So this is actually the bandwidth given by the developer. Okay, but they do not suppress the entire range from 3 to 1000. No. Between this bandwidth, they are selecting many different frequency points. They call it targeted frequencies. Okay, so all these are actually in trade secret. They won't tell you how they do it, but this frequency points is known as the harmonics frequency, is patented, And within 4-meter radius, it harmonized, methods achieve a balanced atmosphere while preserving the natural ambient frequency, meaning you can still use the emGuarde to protect yourself. At the same time, it will not disturb the other gadgets from operating. For example, your phone, they're still working, as normal. You can still use your phone as normal. You can still use your laptop. You can still use your appliances. It would not disturb, the convenience of all these appliances and technology brings to you. At the same time, it suppresses, and it reduces certain potential risks, of all these energies from your appliances. Okay, so this is actually a document we gotten from an institute in Malaysia. Okay, done through University Science of Malaysia. If you look at this logo on the top left, it's the USM, and it stands for University Science of Malaysia. Okay, so this report is actually done by Dr. Yam Manfai. If you look at the certified signature below, and if you Google him, Dr. Yam Manfai from USM, he's actually a 4 PhD holders, and he's one of the youngest scientists, who won the inventors, or they call it science award. So out of 6,000 over scientists around the world, he's actually one of the winner for that contest itself. Okay, so Dr. Yam and his team did this test report on emGuarde, and of course the title itself is the effective range of the radio frequency white noise suppression of electromagnetic noise radiation harmonizer, which is emGuarde. So in this test, if you look at point number 2, the electromagnetic noise radiation harmonizer emGuarde effectively suppresses unwanted electromagnetic noise wave between 71 and 73 megahertz. So in the test itself, Dr. Yam, they specifically choose, this frequency to do the test, because harmonics has got many different suppression frequency. But this particular frequency was chosen because basically our human brain's operating frequency is actually between 72 megahertz. Okay, so the developer is trying to do something to this frequency. There's reason why those users, those users talking about testimonials earlier on, they're having very positive, experience after they use emGuarde. It's because of this. This is one of the key points here, 71 and 73. Okay, so this is the magic frequencies. And of course, in this report, it's actually telling us that emGuarde can effectively suppress up to about 6-meter radius. If you look at point number 1, okay, can effectively guarantee a coverage area of 6-meter radius. But the developer is trying to be very conservative. They're only telling us up to 4. But during the test, it's actually going up to all the way to 6 meters. So 6-meter radius means in diameter, we are talking about a total range of 12 meter in diameter. So it's quite a big space. If you put one in the living room, it can literally cover, the entire living room, unless you're living in a mansion. Let's say you're living in a mansion or you're living in a bungalow, then maybe you need more than one emGuarde. Okay, now anyone of you here would like to sell more than one emGuarde to your customers who's living in the mansion? Can I see a number 3 in the chat box? Sang, number 3 means prosperity. You like to sell, wow, Egbert got 3, so you sell 9 emGuardes. Victor, Alex, 333. Okay, so imagine those people who lives in big mansions and they need at least 7 to 8 emGuardes around their house. Big business, yeah? It's like installing 7 Kangen machines around. It makes you feel happy. Okay, so in this case, people are buying more than one emGuarde because they put one in the office, they put one in the living room, one in the study room, and one in the car. So usually people buy more than one if they can afford. Okay? All right, so now this is a full report, and this is how they do it in the living area, office, laboratory. So these are the report. I'm going to go through all this. You guys are going to get the slides, and you guys are going to do your own research and study about this. So as conclusion, so it effectively suppresses or alleviates unwanted electromagnetic noise wave between 71 and 72, and in all test environment until a 6-meter coverage in radius. Okay, all good. Now, last but not least, this product is tested and certified by SGS. And if you do not know what is SGS, you can just key in SGS Testing Laboratory. And apparently SGS is world top 5. Okay, originated from Switzerland, and today they are all around the world. So when you see your appliances, it's got this SGS seal, meaning it's like the gold standard. It's safety compliance testing, means it's okay for public use, and it would not, disturb or do harm to your devices around you, or even it's safe for public use. It won't explode. In simpler manner, means this is a safe compliance for you to use. Okay, so we obtained both CE for the European market, and at the same time the FCC as well for the US market. So it's FCC approved and also CE approved. So these are all the images, in the lab and how they actually put emGuarde into tests. And look at this. These are all serious laboratory testing environment. Okay. So they put it in the lab, they test. So this is how they go through all these tests. All right. So this is one of the certificate that you can show to your customers that emGuarde, it is safe for public use. It is all good, all set. And emGuarde is actually taking on the emGuarde to the world, okay, in year 2024. I can't tell you how excited I am. Every time when we do sessions like this, more and more people, they're getting information and they're touching lives around. There's reason why we put the slogan there. It's called change your environment, change your life. Okay, so Kangen water, we always talk about change your water, change your life. Okay, we're doing something with the water that we ingest. And when emGuarde put in the emGuarde as an additional to its family, so he's doing something to the environment. So Mr. Oshiro has got a very big heart. Okay, so with compassion, he wanted to do not just on the water, but also for the environment as well, which is the environment that we're living in. It's equally important, by the way. Okay, so for those of you here who came in for the first time, please contact your local emGuarde distributors today to find out more about the emGuarde. Okay, and that's all for my presentation today. I hope you enjoyed. The information is recorded as well, so you can rewatch this presentation during your free time. We're going to put this link into the Telegram channel. Okay, and with all due respect, all to you, Egbert. Okay, Mr. Egbert is going to carry on with the business side, and he's going to teach you how to make the kaching, which is the big buck, through the emGuarde project. Back to you, Egbert.
Wow, guys. Now, was that a lot of fantastic information from David? If that was a lot of information and you learned a lot, please type in the chat. Thank you, David. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm really, really excited. When this emGuarde product first came out, I was skeptical. I mean, most of us are skeptical. But I would like to say one thing. emGuarde comes from emGuarde. And the name emGuarde carries a lot of value. Am I right, guys? I'm under the assumption that most of us here, we are in this call because some of us here, or most of us here, we own a emGuarde Kangen machine. And some of us here, or most of us here, will not trade our emGuarde Kangen machines with anything else. So why? Because we love the product and we love the company. And now this company is introducing a whole new product. And in my heart, I felt so at peace just from the fact that it is coming from emGuarde. Now, guys, like David just said, in 2024, there is going to be a massive wave. And this massive wave is the emGuarde going international. When it's going to come to your country, I don't know. Some of you already have it in your country. And that's the reason why you're here, because you want to gain the knowledge. You want to gain the information, right? So my part is I would like to share with you about the business, the emGuarde business. And I learn, I hear this from my mentor. He tells me, yes, emGuarde may come from emGuarde, but you must look at emGuarde as a whole new business. As he would call it, it is emGuarde 2.0. Now, who here is extremely excited for emGuarde 2.0? Type 2 in the chat for me. Fantastic. Okay, before I can start my session, David, could I request that you make me a co-host so I can share my screen?
Okay, Egbert. Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Welcome.
Okay, just give me a thumbs up in the camera for those who can see what I'm showing on my screen. Fantastic. Thank you, Sarah. I see your thumb. Thank you so much. Thank you, David. Now, again, guys, the emGuarde product, I mean, after what David told me, I feel very insecure not having one around me. You know, I don't know about those in the chat, but I think you feel the same way. Maybe some of you had your phones quite close to you. You kind of push them a little bit further away. Maybe, right? But the truth and matter of fact is that the emGuarde is a relevant product in the 2020s. Because why? Guys, our entire lives have been electronized. Literally, everything that we do requires an electronic gadget. The food that you make at home, hey man, induction cookers, thermal, I don't know, rice cookers, I don't know what you're calling them. There's so many electronic devices literally in your kitchen, and they're all for eating. The cars now, they're becoming electric. So the emGuarde, in my opinion, is coming in at such a crucial time globally in our lives. Right, so emGuarde, again, let me reintroduce to you emGuarde. emGuarde is a Japanese private direct selling company, and its headquarters are in Osaka. And Okinawa, and the factory is in Osaka. And this company has existed for, yes, guys, the company has existed for 50 years now. Can someone say, wow? And for those who are going for emGuarde's 50th anniversary in Japan happening in June, I think we're going to have a lot of fun, right? So 50-year-old company, 42 offices in 25 countries. So that is the reputation that emGuarde has as a company. Now, how the company does its business is a very simple system. I would like to call it direct selling. Why? Because in this company, for every direct sales you get, you simply just get a commission. Straight up. There's no hanky-panky, nothing. Every single sale that you make, you get a commission. And this company was so generous to also include something else. They also included something called indirect sales commission. Because, hey guys, when your customer buys an emGuarde, they are all given a distributor ID. Why can't your customer refer this product to someone else? And through that system, we are blessed with this direct selling emGuarde system called the 8-point system, which I will get to in a little bit down this slide. So once again, guys, emGuarde calculates both sales, direct and indirect, and they call it group sales. Now, what is the 8A or 8-point commission? Very simple. Now, the prices here are listed in US dollars just because of our international guests. Easier for us to absorb the numbers. The emGuarde internationally will be at 1,480 US dollars. But there are two types of commissions. Why are there two types of commissions? Because why? At the end of the day, emGuarde is still Kangen water. And we want to respect and give priority to those distributors who have actually invested in Kangen machines to start the business. So as you can see over here, emGuarde members, meaning you have bought either a Kangen machine, an Anaspa, an Ukon. You, for every single emGuarde that you sell, every 1A, you will receive 85 US dollars. As opposed to the non-emGuarde members, distributors who have purely joined the company buying an emGuarde only. For every emGuarde they sell, it is 65 US dollars. Clear? If you're clear, give me a thumbs up so that I know you guys are still following me. But hey guys, guess what? For those emGuarde non-emGuarde members, when they join the business with an emGuarde, they are allowed to sell the Kangen machines. And when they sell the Kangen machines, they receive full commissions. Can someone say fantastic? Because I think that is such an amazing thing that the company has done now. Let's face it, guys. Today's economy isn't that great. There are a lot of people who are looking for businesses to start. And let's face it, in some countries, a Kangen machine may seem a little too expensive. But now, those people can actually start the emGuarde business with an emGuarde. Are you guys seeing the potential now? Huge, huge potential. Okay, so there is some slight differences with an emGuarde account and a Kangen account. For an emGuarde account, there is no education bonus. Education bonus is a bonus that you get when you become 6A. And the educational bonus is based off your group sales that is within your 8 points. And it goes down to 8 levels of 6As, right? For every 1 unit of emGuarde sold from 1A to 5A is considered as a 1 unit sale. But when you are approaching your 6A rank up month, in that month itself, every emGuarde sale will only be counted as 0.5 unit. Clear? So from 1A to 5A, everything is considered 1 group sale. On the month of your rank up to a 6A, the emGuarde sale is half. Right? There is no pass up. And it follows the 8-point commission system. And again, there's no 88PA member discount. Those things are reserved for the Kangen distributor. But don't worry, guys. You know why? You as an emGuarde account, down the road when you have made some ka-ching, all you got to do is buy a Kangen machine for yourself. And all of a sudden, you enjoy all of these benefits. Sound good? I think it's amazing. So the company is really making it very easy for us to start the emGuarde business. Now, 8A or 8-point commission. The product, as we know internationally, is $1,480 US. emGuarde allocates a preset budget of $520 US. Now, I'm taking the lowest figure, 1A of 65 instead of 85, because I like to underpromise people. So take 520 per sale. It is divided into 8 equal parts. As you can see, there is a pizza or pie, and that pie is cut into 8 pieces. So how is this 8 pieces paid? Let me show you. It is paid purely based off your rank. And when you start the emGuarde business, you start off with a 1A rank when you make your first and your second direct sale. And for each of this sale, you make $65 US. When you become a 2A, all you need to do is make your third direct sale. And when you have made your third direct sale, every sale that you make, your income has already doubled. I don't know about you, but $130 US per machine sold, that is pretty good income already, even in Malaysia, right? Then comes 3A. For 3A, there is a special requirement. And the requirement is you need to have 10 cumulative emGuarde group sales. And when you have these 10 cumulative emGuarde group sales, your next direct sale, meaning your 11th group sale, you will receive $195 US per emGuarde machine sold. 4A. Now, instead of 10, you need to have a collective 20 cumulative emGuarde group sales. So guys, question for you. From 3A to 4A, do you need 10 more or do you need 20 more. Type in the chat for me. Is it 10 more or 20 more? To says 10. Any other answers? Sarah says 10. It looks like To and Sarah are the only one who gets it. But yes, guys, it's a very simple system to understand. All you need is 10. Why? Because of the word they use there. Cumulative. Meaning, guys, you can literally become a 4A in 2 to 3 months. You've made some money, right? You've made some money. You can take that money and you can go for a holiday. Let's say you go for a holiday, you come back from a holiday, then there's some sort of public holiday, and then suddenly 3-4 months have passed. And you're like, oh no, I need to work on my emerging business. Happens, right? Happens. Now, when you come back, guess what? You are still a 4A. The moment you make a sale, you make 4A commissions. And that is not the truth with other companies. Am I right, guys? So Enagic makes it so easy for us to do this business. But sometimes I think it's a little bit too easy. Why? Because we get a little complacent and we get very lazy. So again, everything is based off your own determination of whether you wanted to succeed in this business. Proceeding to 5A, you need 50 group sales. Your next direct sale is a 5A sale, you make $325 US. And finally, when you want to become a 6A, doing the emGuarde business, you need to have a collective cumulative sale of 200 emGuarde sales. And then your next sale, you earn $390 US per sale. Now, I'm from Malaysia. Our currency is not very, very strong. But even at this point, guys, in Malaysia, if I'm a 4A, let's say, and I sell 2 to 3 emGuardes a month, that is very, very good income already. And guess what, guys? Like David said, most houses don't buy 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. In my house alone, it's not very big, but I have 2 already. Right, guys? So the quantity of emGuarde that can be sold will go up so much more compared to the Kangen machine. Again, guys, I'm not degrading the Kangen machine. The Kangen machine is one of the best waters in the world. But today, I believe that there is a bigger problem. And that problem is the reliance on electronic devices. So we need a solution, and we have the solution. So guys, I hope you guys have been following me through the 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. Now, this is for your direct sales commission. Let's face it, guys, selling 200 machines yourself in the next 1 year. Now, some people will find that extremely easy. Very small number of you. But for most of us, it is very difficult. Am I right? So what is the fastest way? What is the fastest way for each and every one of us to achieve 6A? And that secret is you need to be looking for business partners. And I'll tell you why. Why is it so important for you to look for business partners? And how do you benefit financially when you start building teams? Now, I want each and every one of you to put yourself at the top. This is you, and this is your organization, and this is your sales that's going to come in the next year, right? When you make your first sale to Tom, now all of us know that we're going to make $65 US from this direct sale. And I just want to say that everything in green is your commission. Just focus on yourself for now. At the moment of time, you are important. And don't worry, because this entire system applies for every single person in your team. So you sell your first direct sale to Tom. Now Tom enjoys his emGuarde. And when he enjoys his emGuarde, he's probably going to talk to people. and then you sell your second emGuarde to Alex, you also make $65 US. And then you talk to Rose, your third direct sale, and because you make your third direct sale, you up rank into a 2A and you make $130 US. Now, you can continue doing all the direct selling, sure, no harm, but I think it's inefficient. I think it's really inefficient. So let's say right now you have Tom, you have Alex, and you have Rose. And let's say Tom comes to you and say, hey man, I really have this friend, and I think he may be interested in this emGuarde. And you're like, okay, let me introduce this friend to me so that I can talk to him about the emGuarde. And you go and you talk to that prospect. Let's say that her name is Grace. And Grace decides to buy the emGuarde because Tom has referred her to you. You explain and she buys. Guess what? Tom makes $65 US. You yourself make $65 US. And this applies if Grace talks to Polly, she buys, you make 65. If Arthur buys, you make 65. Now, I call this the 1A overriding lane. Any sale that comes under Tom or Alex, you will receive 1A commission, which is $65 US. Aha. So this will give us incentive to up rank, right? Why? Because when you up rank into a 2A, let's say you introduce your good old friend Kim, and Kim buys the emGuarde and say, hey man, I want to join you in this business. Seriously. First, you will get $130 US from introducing Kim to the emGuarde. And Kim, he decides to introduce 3 people to the emGuarde. And each of them buy. You will make $130 US per sale that Kim has introduced. So you understand now why you need to be increasing your rank at all times. You cannot just be sitting, letting your team grow, and you yourself not do anything. And that's what I think makes emAgic so fair for everybody, right? So it continues. After 10 group sales, you become a 3A when you register May, and you get $195 US for that sale. Now, let's say Kim's team kicks it off. It starts building, right? So every single sale that happens under Kim's organization, you will get $130 US. Would you not feel incentivized to help Kim and his team more? Well, I will be, definitely, because there's sales going on there, right? And when the sales going on there, you will benefit from it. Kim will benefit from it, and anybody who builds the business along the line will benefit from it too. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. But now, guys, I want to talk about the limit. Where is the limit? Now, if you remember, what was this commission name called? It was called the 8-point commission, or we call it the 8A commission. There is only 8 pieces to the pizza or pie. And let me show you how these 8 pieces are paid when a sale happens. So let's pay attention to John right at the bottom, right? When John introduces his first sale to Don. Now, we all know that that is John's 1A sale. And because of that, he will receive 1A or $65 US. Now, the next person that gets paid is the person that introduced John into the business. And that person so happened to be Bob. John falls under Bob's third direct sale line. Just like you and Rose. Bob will receive 2A commissions. Clear? And that proceeds up to Annie, same thing. She will also receive 2A commissions. Kim will also receive 2A commissions. Now let's calculate together how much A's have been paid out already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 minus 7, you get 1. So you were supposed to receive 2A from Don. But unfortunately, there is only 8 A's in total. Now, for some of you, you're going to be like, oh man, that's quite bad. But hey, guys, I think it's absolutely necessary. Now, if you were to join a direct selling company and the person that introduced you to this company said, hey, you know, you're going to be paid forever. Your commission will come infinitely down the lines and there's no limit to it. Wouldn't you be a bit sketch? Like, wouldn't you be a bit cautious and pessimistic about that? I would be. Because in my head, I'm like, hey, where's the money coming from? And in most cases, unfortunately, companies that promise like that, the companies die. And it happens a lot. So in Magic, putting this 8-point system is a sure guarantee that Enagic will never overpay. And Enagic is always protected. How does that sound, guys? Sounds necessary, right? Because when you join Enagic, you want to have the utmost confidence in the company. Now, John sells his second unit. You make 65. But when John sells his third unit, he receives 2A. Bob receives 2A. Ani receives 2. Kim receives 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 minus 8, 0. Nada. Gone. Habis. Finish. And this particular sale to Dan in your organization will be considered a non-8A sale. And non-8A sales do not count as a group sale. Clear so far? Fantastic. So again, in the Enagic business, I think it's very fair because as leaders as well, we cannot just, the team go and do your job. You as a leader, you need to also show by exemplary and you need to also reintroduce more people into this business. After 20 group sales, you introduce Tony. He is your 4A overriding name. You receive $260 per machine. So underneath Tony's organization. I think that's really fantastic, right? And then 5A, 50 group sales. Some of you may know Simon. Who would like a Simon in their team? Young, energetic. He has a lot of confidence in himself, and he has sold thousands of Kangen machines. Kangen machines, by the way, around the world. You know, unfortunately, he's my upline. So I'm trying to find for another Simon to be my downline too, right? So, and then you become 6A. Oops, sorry. You become 6A after 200 group sales. Let's say you find someone like Sam. For those who know Sam Sia, right? I think he's a phenomenal man. If it were not for him, a lot of markets in Southeast Asia and in the Middle East would not have existed, in my opinion. And to be honest, there are a lot of people just like Sam. And this is something that he tells me all the time too. So guys, this is the marketing plan of Enagic. Our goal is to become 6A, yes. But when you do become 6A, don't stop there. There is more ahead in the Enagic career path for you to work towards. Now, if you're curious as to what that is, please go and speak to the person. If you're new and you don't really know much, go and speak to the person who has introduced you to this call today. If you see a potential for you to market this fantastic emGuarde program, emGuarde product, and after seeing the finances, the financial possibility of this business, and you are really interested, please don't keep it to yourself. Go and talk to your friend who will introduce you. Talk to your upline if you're already in the business. If you're struggling, talk to your upline. Right, guys? So this is the business marketing plan. I hope you guys have learned a lot from David, especially David, man. That kind of information, whoa, there's a lot of information, man. Like I can't compress everything, right? So if you can't compress all the information in one meeting, come back for the next. And when is the next it's going to happen? There is a lot of meetings happening every week. There is Monday, there is Wednesday. Not mistaken, I think there's Friday, and there's Saturday. All happening at 8:30 p.m. Malaysian time. You can do your time conversions, right? But we're going to have all of these meetings consistently every single week for the benefit of all our international Enagic family. Right, guys? So thank you for paying attention. Thank you for participating in this call with David and myself. Again, can we give a round of applause for David, who has presented such fabulous information, right? And give a round of applause for yourselves. I'm sure that some of you are early in the morning, some of you are pretty late at night. You guys stood up, stayed up, and you guys want to be here to learn about the product as well as learn about the business.